Hello and welcome to Geek Space TV. It is wonderful to see all of you here. Thank you for joining us tonight for episode 2 of season 3 of Leviathan, Distant Stars, a Stars Without Number RPG. Things are going to happen tonight because things happened last time. There are consequences for choices and actions, and we shall see how all of those things play out. Before that, though, I have some reminder announcements for you. Our main one is 2 things. First of all, this Friday at 7 p.m., back to our normal Friday night slot time, EPK, Eat, Pray, Kill, will be coming back for a new season. I'm very excited, and they're very excited. So join us this Friday night for the first episode, the premiere episode of season 2 of Eat, Pray, Kill at 7 p.m. on Friday. And then this Saturday, we are going to be doing a fundraiser in which we raise funds to help support Geek Space TV through season 3. We will be doing a variety of different things. I believe there have been hints of possible RPGs and possible artistic pursuits on the schedule, but more official announcements will be coming, which is also a reminder for you to follow us on the various social medias, mostly Twitter, for updates and announcements, or hang out in our Discord where we will be posting information as well about the fundraiser event that is happening this Saturday during the daytime, so all of the time zones can be there.
10 to 10, right?
Not quite, no, but I'm guessing it starts at 10 a.m.
It's gonna start at 10.
The plan is to start at 10 a.m. Not 100% sure what time it will end.
It ends
Yep.
when we say it ends.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Exactly.
Gonna party all night.
No.
No.
We're gonna party till we tired and eat snacks and then go to nap.
We're gonna party till
That's how
till
Claudia
snack
does
time.
it.
You know
party
me.
until Dan's shirt becomes not TOS appropriate.
No.
Which
It's 2 buckles
Countdown.
and 4 straps away
Yeah.
from
It's
becoming
a heavy
TOS.
breeze.
So that's going to that's coming up this Saturday and this Friday, so stay tuned for both of those things. Also, were there any other? Oh, if you would like to support this channel, you can do so in many ways. We are a non-profit streaming studio set in the Seattle, or based in we're a story, in the Seattle area, which means we do rely and greatly appreciate your donations that come through. If you're able to directly donate tonight during the show, we will read out those donations at the break and at the end. Or you can also check out our Patreon if you're like, man, I would like to set up a regular monthly donation. That's a great way to do it over there. I think those are all of I've just read, don't ask me if there are any other announcements in chat, so I will not ask Anna if there are any other announcements, and we're going to say I covered all of them. Eat Pre-Kills returning, fundraiser, donation, thank you. And with that, let's remind ourselves who these wonderful people in front of me are, starting with the most recent costume change.
the most conspicuous is
The
that.
most conspicuous.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The one who said yes when I drew him a picture of this.
To be clear, this is entirely based on a suit that you described.
And you asked for it.
And I don't think it was like bondage gear when you described
No.
it.
Oh, no,
So
it
definitely
was. There
was.
was mesh and strapping. Like,
Yeah.
I took part in that, and if I'm designing a futuristic outfit, there's gonna be bondage gear involved.
All right, well, now I know. Now we all know.
We all
now we
do
can
know.
never unknow that.
Sorry.
It is forever blazoned in our knowing.
Anyway, I am Dan Poslins. I'm at Dan Poslins on Twitter, and I play Jeremiah Bisquick Hines, who is the handsomest spirate in all the 7 sectors.
No.
I mean, that might actually be true. We don't. Nope, Shark Boy was there.
Pirates.
Sorry. How many teeth? How many sets of teeth does Jeremiah Bisquick have?
Is that how you judge
Yes.
handsomeness?
We all
Claudia
have our thing.
Has her things.
She does. That's true. Anyway.
Oh, hi, I'm Sarah. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at ShellGame. And I play Thea Brone, who is an acquirer of other people's items.
Oh, I'm Blue Jay, and I play Rachel Lucas, and this is my penguin. And we are very close, and she's very cute, and the only reason I want to go back to Duranga is because I have a penguin. That's the only reason.
Come to live on the bat left. It'd be fine. We already have a bat. Who are you?
Oh, hello everybody. I am Lizzie the Bold. I am a part-time streamer, full-time 90s boy band enthusiast, and I am playing Ziana, the captain of the Batleth, the fighter of all of the things, the feeler of awkward feelings.
The soon-to-be puncher of
The soon-to-be puncher of Bisquick Hines, and yes, Grinny, he is absolutely serious about that name.
But forever?
I'm serious about everything.
That's fair. That is fair.
You should know that by now.
I do, yeah.
Dan is known for
Wait,
his
we're
you?
going complete lack of humor.
I'm Claudia, but on the Twitch and Twitter, I go by Jackie Dash. JAKIDASH. I play Kika, who is our baddie space engineer. She's a Trico, looks like a bat, meter tall, fixes things, even those that have been broken, perhaps by her own hand.
I was gonna say even those things that are already fixed.
Even when fixing them hurts us.
And I am Random Tuesday. I will be your GM for this space adventure. So let us remind ourselves where we left our cast and our crew last time on Leviathan Distant
I'm
Stars.
gonna take notes.
It's like
The
a
crew
bad
of the
flash.
Batleth has been on a long and epic quest, and they are tantalizingly close to going on what could be considered a suicide run. But it is potentially necessary for saving the entire galaxy from a monstrous race of creatures known as the Rays, which are bent on the destruction and consumption of pretty much everything in the galaxy and eventual conversion into, how should we put this, mindless drones. They have acquired weaponry and a map to a distant system to aid their companion on the large living ship that they are working with to eventually make their way to the Promethean sector where the Rays have originated. However, they have some business to take care of. While they were making their way back from uncovering this map, they realized, they had found out that the Rays had encountered the Endartan, a race of people belonging, or that Ziana, our captain of the Batleth, is part of. She fairly insistently determined that the crew should go to the Endartan fleet, which exists essentially as a migrant fleet of ships in space, a sort of a flotilla, and made their way there. They met with what turned out to be the Queen of the Endartans, aka her mother. And
I totally forgot that was a plot point that I freaked out about before. I love it.
We still get to freak out about it.
I know. The best thing
And
is
the
when you
discovery-
forget and then remember.
And then, the discovery being that Ziana is in fact a warrior space princess. Ziana, warrior princess.
Confirmed.
Warriors
And
princess.
A warrior's princess.
I don't think that's allowed in our culture.
She might stab you for saying that. The crew of the Batleth also received an interesting piece of information while they were visiting the Endartan fleet. They did confirm that the Endartans had not, in fact, been attacked by the Rays. Instead, the Rays must have captured one of their scout ships, and there was some disagreement about whether or not they should remain, they should flee or fight. The Endartans being who they are, they did decide that fighting is probably, definitely the best answer, much to Ziana's disapproval. However, they also received an interesting piece of information. A set of Endartan scouts had, while visiting one of their usual merchant locations, had received a communication from someone named Best Boy, saying, "Come find me if you can," and giving them a piece of information that they then decoded to realize it was an energy signature that could be tracked through space. They began tracking this energy signature and came upon a ship, a Spirit ship, it would seem. A a larger version, in essence, of the Batleth, capable of carrying more cargo and probably slightly better armed than the crew of the Batleth is. They may or may not have followed all of the captain's orders and fired upon this ship.
Don't look at me.
They did first receive a communication from a one Jeremiah Bisquick Hines, who sounded as piratey as could possibly sound.
I'm so happy.
And thus a complicated, confusing, and somewhat problematic series of communications ensued in which Bisquick mostly threatened them, didn't really do anything until their ship, until the Batleth fired on the Spirates.
Yeah, what are you doing?
The Spirates then
I'm a
retaliated
pirate.
by fighting back. A small skirmish then ensued in space. Interestingly enough, they noted a number of life signs aboard the Spirate ship, more than would be expected for the crew of this ship. And a pod, an evacuation pod, was jettisoned, which they then picked up and brought into the bay of the Batleth. They can't really fit anymore in there. And they discovered that there are, in fact, people inside of it. People who don't look like they were Spirates. Possibly didn't want to be there in the first place. So, Jeremiah began an altercation with the navigations officer, or the helmsman. He was at comms. He moved over to the helm and is now engaged in a fist fight with the helmsman. Ziana has gone on the comms demanding to speak with the captain of this pirate vessel. They have temporarily disabled the engines of this vessel, meaning that it cannot make a quick getaway, as it may or may not have been planning to do. I don't remember, I don't think you had disabled the weapons. I think you tried but did not succeed.
I think we did for a couple rounds. They gave them the EM whatever to
Yeah.
make
Yeah, I
them
think they're
have a
back
negative
on
2
now.
combat points. But when we shot out and like disabled, they have
was
to
the
fix
engine.
it. It was
Yeah.
the engine.
So, Ziana, you have just stated that you would like to speak with the captain.
Is
Yes.
the quick time event over? Is this, or is the cutscene over? Is this now where I stop writing and I'm like business time?
Yes, we are
Okay.
now playing the game. We're
Okay.
business.
Okay.
Thank you for making
business.
notes.
I tried.
We will now emerge into play. Ziana, you have just come on the comms. You have said, I would like to, I think you phrased it of demanding to speak with the captain of this vessel. There is a momentary beat, Conrad. And there is, sorry, Jeremiah.
Thank you.
Mr. Hines. Mr. Hines.
Yeah, Thea's not gonna call you that.
You are on the bridge of this pirate vessel, and there's sort of behind you in the middle of this skirmish as you are punching and there is fists flying, you hear like this beat, like there is a feeling that settles over the bridge and you have felt it before. It is that sense of like the doors open, the captain is on the bridge. And you hear a voice that just resounds out. It seems to echo both in your head but also in everybody's ears that just said, "Captain's on the bridge! Back to your stations, scallywags!"
Yar, I told ye you should stay at your station, I say, and I storm back over to the comms.
In your view screen, a person appears. Sorry, actually, they would probably first say, "Put them on screen, Bisquick."
I do so.
In front of you, you see clearly an Angulin. The lizard-like sort of amphibious aliens. They have the very flat features, kind of deep brown tone to their skin, a little bit mottled along the back. They have these sort of large fins that extend up from the top of the head. They have like a little bit of a slimy look, like they look like toad frog skin. And their eyes are very large, kind of yellow, and you would all know that they are the telepathic race, one of the 5 major races within Ica.
Then how was he talking?
Some of them have since developed the ability to speak through genetic theft. Essentially, they stole the the genes to have vocal cords, and so some of them are able. A good portion of them are able to talk, but most of them will communicate. All of them can communicate telepathically. So this large amphibious captain, she has a pretty jaunty hat on. It's sort of a large,
Yeah, she
like,
does.
disc-like hat. Yeah. But there's clearly, like, a line through it for her tail, like, her fin to go through it.
Wait, so her fin is like her feather?
Yeah. Yeah, and there's some, like, side ones, too.
Oh no.
And,
Can't fall in love with this captain.
They all wear, they all pretty much wear very sort of similar looking suits. Hers has this sort of a little bit more of a damaged kind of like clearly not quite as well taken care of a quality to it, but it basically keeps all their slime in because they are very slimy. And she sits there and kind of looks at the screen. Who are you? What do you want?
I am Ziana of the Batleth, captain of the Batleth. We have disabled your engines after you have egregiously fired upon us.
I'm sorry, our records indicate that you fired upon us first.
Did you or did you not fire upon us?
In a retaliation.
Are your engines not disabled?
That is beside the point. What do you want?
I want to negotiate the terms of your surrender. I would like to use my intimidate.
Yeah. Roll your intimidate. I believe that means
All
you're
right.
rolling.
So,
yeah,
so
go
for
for it.
intimidate, which is one of our awesome new foci.
Oh, yeah.
When rolling, essentially trying to convince someone to do something like you would with lead, I can use my strength or exert and my relevant attack skill.
You are not in combat right now,
Yeah.
so I would say you can use exert rather than an
Okay.
attack skill.
So use strength and exert.
Yeah. So you are. How are you demonstrating your physical intimidation over a verbal communication?
So
Or
it's visual as well. So Ziana takes up a fair bit of the frame, leaning in, a hand on the console, showing off the muscle of her arm. And as she does, she also uses the console to divert some additional power to the weapon systems of the Batleth, something they would be able to detect on their sensors.
Ah.
Oh, I gotta roll.
Yep. You gotta roll.
All right, strength and exert. Wish me luck, friends.
I wish.
Can I support her by like not activating the weapons exactly, but like sending across like, hey, we have double the ammo capacity that it looks like that we have.
You can roll me a program in intelligence. We'll see what happens. What was your score? What did you get? You got 3
geez.
total.
Wait, I did not add
Add
bonuses.
things
Hold
to
on.
it.
Yeah. Hold on.
This isn't your...
I forget how to play games. Let's see. So 4, 5.
5. Okay. That would be falls well into the failure category.
Yeah.
Potential twist or complication. What did you roll?
I'm gonna give you. I had a. Let's see. Oh wait, plus I get to add my program.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Don't you
Not
roll
as bad
3?
as I thought it was. Yeah, I do. That's how bad the roll was.
Jeez, we're on a great start
We
tonight.
started
8.
so well.
Did we?
Thank
do we actually
goodness for
Neither of
program.
you succeeded.
Oh God.
Um,
Can I?
I have an outcome for this.
Okay.
So, as you do this, the screen like flickers slightly on her end, so she doesn't quite catch all of your beautifully intimidating performance. She sort of leans in and says, "I believe we are best negotiating terms in person. You happen to have one of our cargo pods. We would like it back." We have boarding capabilities.
As do we.
It is a bold-faced lie that one does not.
Wait, I thought we could have a tube that comes out.
No, you can
How
only
quick
board
can you
onto
make
things
one?
that have the ability to board you.
Well, that's
All right.
all that.
I have
We
not-
shall-
never gave that to the Batwell.
I will not agree to any terms before we have begun negotiation. However, I will welcome you aboard our ship under a peace accord.
I will
speak
bring
terms.
myself and 2 officers.
There is one of your officers that has done me a grave insult.
Really?
I wish to confront this scoundrel face to face. I believe he refers to himself.
Now you have to say it.
I believe he refers to himself as
If you don't say it, it can't happen.
as Jeremiah Bisquick Hines.
Interesting. Perhaps you and your people, the Andartans, have a particular beef with him.
Yar, don't listen to them, Captain.
What
Why-
did you do when you were on that planet?
Which planet? What?
The one we just came from, where I saw you talking to the Andartans.
I was doing pirate stuff, you know, looting, pillaging. That's what we do.
I would like you to roll me a mental saving throw.
Awesome.
Oh,
Is that a 20?
Oh,
Roll a
yeah.
d20.
This is where there's
oh
like
no.
being like
12.
At your
And what do I add my
Yeah,
17?
you rolled a 12. 17. That is opposed. Okay. She sort of, you just see her end of it, and you see like one eye like kind of narrow slightly and focus in on you. You feel like this soft sort of gliding pressure, and it's gone. I'm sure you have a grievance with him. I will bring him.
Yar, show them no quarter, Captain.
Shush!
Make them walk this plank.
You need to stop talking now, Bisquick. You are much more useful to me when you choose not to talk.
Aye, Captain.
We will repair our engines and board shortly.
We will expect you. Ziana out. Turn off the thing.
Like, I immediately comms to the bridge, and I'm just like, are you sure letting pirates on your ship is a good idea?
There is only really one way that we get Jeremiah onto the ship. What is going on with him? Is he I'm sorry, I'm banging the table. What is going on with him? Maybe when we get him closer we'll be able to
Oh,
Oh,
good.
sweet.
Slam away.
maybe when
Slam harder.
I'm hoping that when we get closer we'll be able to communicate with him, but we can't do it. We have to be careful because the telepathic slug, we have to be mindful of that.
So if you distract the telepathic slug, once he's on board, we should be within range to be able to.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are we? Who? What? I'm sorry. What?
Oh, right, you
We're
couldn't
trying-
see.
Who's Jeremiah? It's Conrad, right?
It's Conrad.
Okay.
I don't know, or it's Conrad's evil twin. Either way, we're certainly going to figure it out once he gets on the ship, and whether or not we're able to feel our link with him or not.
Meep meep. He lost his eye and possibly his sanity.
Okay.
Or this could be some kind of sort of clever for Conrad ruse. Something he had to do in order to survive.
Conrad was never known for his planning skills.
Agreed.
He was known for two things.
Spout and do.
Spout and do and studying. And like one
Wait,
of those
studying?
didn't apply to me.
What do you
So-
mean studying?
I believe she means sexual intercourse, Captain.
That's what you've been calling.
Oh, yeah.
Silence. Silence
oh.
for the bridge.
I
Utter
guess that-
total silence.
Captain,
I mean,
we
were
have 8
studying
new
each
passengers
other.
in our cargo bay.
I'm closest. I'll go make
Wait,
sure they're
what?
not stealing everything.
Well, we should probably put them somewhere that they can't be immediately taken.
I'm like getting out of the gun closet and like going down the hallway towards the cargo bay with one of my like pistols raised, just in case they are a boarding party.
You never know. He may be completely unhinged.
True. Oksana, mind the helm. I'm gonna go back and see to our new visitors.
Yeah.
Yes, Captain.
Do we update? No, not update. Can you please give me an update on if you need any repairs?
I'm currently appear to be entirely in operable condition.
That's because I'm so good. Kika says that she like pops
That is
her head out of
because
the gun
you turned
closet.
things back on after you turned them off. Thank you.
Yep. And then like she like kicks out all the garbage that was in the little stowaway. It goes clatters to the bottom of the gun closet. Like we're talking like retired flavors of
Mito
Mito Stickos, like
Gross.
pina colada. That
Oh,
flavor
that was a
went
good
up.
one.
I know, but it was limited edition and didn't get voted in by the International Galactic Voting
Which
Competition.
is complete BS if we're
It
entirely
was very
honest.
good.
It was clearly rigged.
It was
Yeah,
clearly. They really
it was.
wanted Banana Slamma. Like,
Which is ridiculous. Banana Slamma is the worst flavor ever invented.
And it's so completely inferior to vanilla.
pina colada, girl.
Yeah.
Pina colada.
All the
Pina
way.
colada was good.
You are all saying this as you
As we
converge
walked.
upon the cargo bay, cargo hold, bay hold bay.
Cargo bay hold.
There is in the cargo bay. It has been pulled in. It kind of scraped a little bit on the ground, but your cargo bay has seen worse
Yeah.
scraping. There's sort of the marks on the sides that like kind of was a little bit of a tight fit. It is as far as you can tell, an escape pod of some kind. Like it's clearly not particularly spacious. It is designed to fit about 10 people total, and it's sort of vaguely boxy, sort of slightly longer than it is wide, and looks in relatively good condition.
I just want to point out that no one at any point suggested, or rather stated, maybe suggested, that Mito Stickos are made of meat.
Oh, yeah.
And the name
I mean,
suggests.
oh well, and we
Hey.
did give some of them to.
It's
They're
not
made of
protein,
meat.
but you wish it
Oh,
was. I think is
protein.
the
Yeah.
Yes.
They're made of Mito.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, God.
That's true.
All right, so are they out of their pod, or is that okay? The pod is just closed and
Well,
in the okay.
Have we?
I'm like going up to it, like with my gun out and like looking around to make sure it hasn't like opened where the like hatch is.
Have we put atmosphere back into this area?
No, you're all dying right now. Yes, we
took
have
care of that.
repressurized the cargo
Once
bay.
the door closed, it would have.
Is there a visible door on the pod?
There looks like there's a spot where it's supposed to open. In fact, you can kind of see essentially there's a certain amount of like controls on it because it would essentially be inserted into a ship, and there would be a portion of controls on the exterior of the pod to set it because it's fairly isolated unit.
I'm gonna hit buttons until it opens.
You start hitting buttons. It does eventually just like someone sort of comes over like,
Beep beep beep.
Hello?
Beep, beep. Hello.
sorry, I didn't really want to just open it because I think you might be trying to kill us.
And I'm standing to the side, like where I know the door is, with my gun, like ready.
As long as none of you tried to kill us, none of us will try to kill you. And she looks pointedly at Rachel, and then beep 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 beep
Okay, I think we can make that deal.
beep beep.
And the door will slide, sort of pops open at that point.
Hands,
In there,
hands where we can see them.
in there you see 8 people. A couple of them are I'd probably say 4 of them are human. A handful are sort of various humanoid. None of them are any of the other Ica races that you would recognize. They all look, for the most part, from what you can tell, like a sort of disparate group of people out in this kind of region of space. A little bit like the sort of people that you would find at Janus Landing or somewhere. The person who was talking, he sort of steps forward and like hands up, and they look they look haggard. They look poorly taken care of, like they haven't been particularly well fed, like they have been wearing the same clothing for an extended period of time. Everybody, there's sort of a couple of groups of people who look like they may go together. Like you see someone there's no children, but there are very clearly some younger people, like someone who might, like sort of grouping together. Everyone looks probably, at least the humans all look sort of to be in the kind of young adult sort of range. No one seems particularly like a wide swing. So,
And I'm guessing none of them are armed?
None of them are armed.
Okay.
Did you just steal us to send
We're
us
not
somewhere else?
slavers.
And you see a lot of them visibly relax when you say that. I mean, technically, neither were they.
What do you mean, technically?
Slavery is illegal.
Oh, right, of course. Yeah.
We are
Technically,
not
nobody steals anything.
traffickers of people.
Well, we are traffickers, but we like the people get
Only willing
Yeah,
people.
willing traffickers.
I don't think
not
that's the way that
way-
works, but
No.
but I'm
it's
still
more
in
like a
traffic.
Taxi service.
We are
of
taxi.
we're smugglers.
There are people coming on board.
Yes. We need to get all of you somewhere not the cargo hold and safe. I think we should hide them in the quarters for now.
Why hide them? The captain knows they're here.
Because she doesn't necessarily know where they are.
So you want her to have to search your entire ship to
Oh,
find...
she's not searching anything. She's not getting out of the cargo hold once they dock.
I'm just saying, it doesn't really matter where these people are.
It matters depending on how we have to get rid of... Depending on how this all goes down.
What if
It
we-
matters that they're not here.
What if... How much time do we have before they arrive? Because here's what I'm thinking, Captain. We can just shove them into some areas of the ship that may fit
You want
cargo, and then we can put something together where essentially, if you remember that device that we used to replicate that there were like 3 or 4 of us?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
except we
and
do
then
that
we put
except
a
for
bomb
8.
in the center.
Yeah, and then we just eject it out behind us, so when they go to chase it,
It
they're
blows up!
chasing a bomb.
But we might kill Conrad that way.
Well, hopefully he's not stupid enough to go back on board.
But we can replicate sensors, and we can
Who's
use...
Conrad?
Oh,
Bisquick.
Best boy.
An
He
idiot.
was helping us.
yeah, we want to get him back.
Good. Good.
He seemed confused a lot of the time.
He seems that could be new and that could be old. I'm not sure.
No, the captain, she's also good at messing with your head.
Wait.
Okay, we need to act quickly. It's the best plan I've heard so far. It's the only plan, but it's a good-ish plan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We got a good plan award.
We need to move these people out of here, set something up in this escape pod and shut it and seal it back up again before they get back here.
Kika,
Some
can
dummy life signs.
Kika, can you start working on that, and I'll run and get them to
Quickly can you
areas
do that?
that can.
Rachel, how much extra ammo do you got?
What?
How much extra ammo you got on your person right now? Come on.
You mean... These run on batteries.
Give me them.
Tia's gonna start like trying to like shove people into like
me the batteries.
different. She's like, no. She'll like all of a sudden she'll just pull off a panel that's like right there, and she'll be like, get in there and be really
But
quiet.
first give me
and
all
don't
your-
touch that. And
Put it in your watch.
Wait, but she's a telepath. We need to get them like further away.
I don't have extra batteries. I need all of these.
One
Okay.
of the things the Batleth doesn't have boarding tubes, but it does have smuggling compartments.
Yeah.
All over the ship.
I know where they are.
And it has ones only Thea knows about.
I want to point out that every time Thea puts somebody in, they're like, no, first I need that. So like taking watches and like a necklace.
Okay,
and be
Rocket
like,
Raccoon.
This is useful. Yes.
Wait,
Batteries. Batteries.
No.
Do you want to make it go boom?
Here.
Thank you.
Do you want me to be able to shoot those pirates if they decide to try and take the ship?
I would
Yes.
like us to have our weaponry
I'm not giving
if
you my
that's
batteries.
necessary.
You don't need that many.
Kika, you have like an entire case of batteries somewhere. There is a ship's armory. Like, you don't need to take them out of her active gun.
All
right.
are all the way in my room.
Let's use the smuggling holes at the fore of the ship. We'll keep her at the aft and just hope that the range on her telepathy is not that great.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we don't really have that many options.
One of us can be screaming
So-
mentally. We can always mentally scream.
Your plan
I volunteer to not do
is
that.
to hide an explosive device inside the escape
This
pod.
is a
I am
bad
gonna
plan.
tinker where I am creating a bomb
Yep.
that when the door opens,
No, that is not what we're doing. Just to be clear, that is
no
not
way.
what we're
Ejecting it.
doing.
We're ejecting it.
What we're doing is we're creating a thing that'll show fake life signs inside the pod,
wait, what?
and then sealing the pod back up so that when we eject it, they'll think everybody's still out there.
Well, I don't need the battery then.
If you want to also set up a bomb with that, that's fine. But like,
Okay.
So I guess I'm tinkering.
So my
fake
question is,
signs, life
This
signs.
is what Lizzie thinks is happening. What is Kika doing?
Okay, thank you. This is what Kika's doing. Kika is setting it
Because
up.
I heard what the plan discussion out loud was, and that was not the plan discussion out
that
loud.
was the plan discussion out loud that I was
Definitely a
giving
bomb.
out.
I thought that was what we were doing.
No, so Kika is setting up
Oh God.
a mild
the-
explosive, where when no one's approaching, when you look inside, I'm envisioning. So let me know how much I can do. Setting up so it looks like there's 8 huddled masses. You are doing the programming for the life signs, right?
Once I get them hidden.
Right. Then when they open the door, it goes and explodes.
You are creating an explosion that's going to go off inside my ship.
No,
the
they're not
idea-
gonna open
the
it in
idea
the
being
ship.
that, like,
No way they'd
You're
open
gonna
it.
The
jump
idea being that
out.
they pull it into
Okay,
their ship.
this is not what Gianna thinks is happening, but sure, let's do it.
So,
Tinker Tunker.
Thea, I would like you to give me a program and intelligence
Oh, God.
roll to program it to look like there are 8 life signs in the escape
Oh,
pod
God.
without anyone being in there. Kika, you are making the explosive that will detonate when they open the door.
Yes.
God.
Please roll your fix and intelligence.
God.
1, 2, 3, 4. Tinker Tunker.
I got 12.
Okay, that is a
You're
success.
gonna roll so well. You always roll so well when I don't want you to.
I'm gonna make this machine purr.
Do you remember the first episode? Do you remember what happened when you made that purr? I also thought we were gonna have an explosion, but I have to say I thought
14.
it was gonna be outside of the.
14.
Well, how were you thinking the explosive was going to get detonated?
So it was gonna be in there, and it would be a timer that we would set off after we ejected the.
Oh,
That is
was-
also what I heard in the plan was
No,
after.
when the door
but if that's not what
opens-
Kika's doing, then
Kika's-
I think you need to be true to your character.
Because
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm in there being like, I can bite these cables and like is nibbling on all the wires to get them all towards one small gum wrapped foil wrapper around a bomb that is made of batteries. So when they open the door, the foil crinkles and all the electricity hits the batteries and it goes. I even
Oh.
scienced it.
How many? Oksana, how many life signs are still on that ship?
As far as I can detect, there are roughly 30.
How many do you think need to in a crew on that ship? How many?
ship
How big is
that
that
size
crew?
would likely have a crew of around 10 to 15.
So there's possibly another 10 to 15 trafficked individuals on that ship.
That seems like a reasonable assumption, yes.
Captain, you're not thinking about. We don't have time for that.
We don't have time to save people about to be either killed or sold into slavery.
We're trying to save the whole universe here.
And the lives on that ship, the innocent lives on that ship, don't deserve to see that future.
I mean, if they're storing them on escape pods, then we just destroy the ship and they will be the only ones who are safe.
I don't think they are storing them on escape pods. I think this group just got smuggled onto an escape pod when Conrad. No. When Conrad. No, Dan. Ejected them. That doesn't necessarily mean the other ones are.
True.
Maybe Conrad has a way to get them on there.
How is he going to do that from the Batleth?
I don't know. I didn't think that we were going to run into Bisquick McGee on this whole thing anyway.
Okay, we can't blow up the ship.
Are you kidding me?
No, we can't.
Kika says as she's like finishing the last, like, are you kidding me?
You weren't intending to blow up the ship anyways. We can't.
This is a very good explosion.
We can't blow up the ship with slaves still on it. We're just going to have to.
Do you have anything valuable? Maybe you can buy the slaves.
God, how much guck do we have?
Not
Not
No.
that much.
Probably not enough to buy 30 slaves.
I mean,
And we definitely don't have anything on board that's that valuable. We're gonna have to fight this one out.
Man, if only I knew that. I
Well,
would have
we
set
could
a
trust-
trap up.
how close are we to being docked?
Or we're going to have to really
Their ship
intimidate
is on
them.
its way.
We're going to have to in some way we're going to have to make them give them to us. Threaten them, kill them.
Threaten their leader. If we control her mind.
She's a
mind.
telepath.
Yeah, well, it was a thought.
Yeah, a thought that she would be able to read because she's a telepath.
Nobody reads my brain.
Captain, I would dare to disagree with what's his butt, the lion that just did that.
Let's
He
just
was
focus
an
on
exception.
trying to figure out if Conrad is still Conrad or has lost his mind or is who knows what. Let's just focus on getting him back.
Captain, you're the best at this I've ever met. And I've been on a couple ships. More than my hands.
What are you trying to say?
You're gonna come up with a solution. Until then, let's just do. Why don't you go on the ship and get Conrad?
He's
Well-
coming onto the
Well,
ship.
then I don't know.
Speaking
Good,
of,
good
Captain,
pep talk.
they are requesting docking access.
Are all of our trafficked people? Okay.
Everyone has been hidden in small spaces. I like to imagine there was a certain amount of like sizing people up to determine which one. Be like, no, you won't fit here, but you'll fit in here.
Yeah,
and
and
two
a
of you
sig-
can get in there.
And a significant number of like pulling things out of the space, being like, you didn't see this, and you're not telling anyone about it.
And just to be clear, you finished setting up your they opened the door and it explodes.
There
This is Liz asking.
There is an explosion. I actually don't know how strong it is. I did pretty well. The wires I used were all red.
How do you know? How do you know? You don't see color.
No, Kika, they're all red.
They have a different feel to them.
No, they're actually aren't all red. But Kika thinks they're all red.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't
I just
know.
love that that's a measurement of how strong the explosion is. That's
All right.
great.
The wires
Red
are all
wires
red.
do more damage.
They do.
Let's just
We all know
They're
this.
dangerous.
let's just focus on getting Conrad back and trying to, I guess, intimidate the shit out of this. What is that race called?
And Ghoulin.
Species? Angulian.
Can
Alright.
I like try and get some kind of like above the cargo bay like lookout spot?
Yes. You will realize pretty quickly that they are not docking with the cargo bay. They're docking with your side airlock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's.
The space, where people walk on.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I figure they're gonna probably come in here though because that's where the
Probably.
thing is.
Yeah,
And this
do you
is the
wanna-
largest
Okay,
open space. I still feel
you
like
can
this is
still set
probably
up.
gonna be where.
Okay.
Where you'll have your conversation.
So-
we'll but I'll meet them at the airlock.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd like to set
sure.
up like a sniper nest or whatever.
There's probably like a space in between the actual roof and the top of the cube.
Yeah, that's
mean,
where
like-
I am. I'm like crawling on, and then I've got like both of my pistols aimed in both different directions.
Good.
Yeah.
They are here, Captain. And at that point, you kind of feel like the slight shudder as the boarding tube docks and locks onto your airlock. The airlock opens up, and you are greeted by the large Angulan. They're not quite as tall as Indartans, but she's probably, you're what, seven something?
I think so.
Yeah, she's probably like 6'5", somewhere in there. It's hard to tell because their height changes a little bit because they basically slither around like a naga on their tail. So like sometimes they're lower and then they can kind of like posture themselves up to get higher. So she's very clearly posturing herself up a little bit more. On her left-hand side, there is...
Yar.
What do they see?
What don't they see? They
Oh
see.
God.
They see Jeremiah Bisquick Hines. He's looking very officious and a little bit sort of like menacing in that piratey way. He's
Still got an eye patch.
Of course, he's still got an eye patch.
How neat is his hair?
No, his hair it's still all like spiky and
Is it blonde? He's still got blonde.
it's still blonde.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are the pants leather?
that's a good question. Are they? What
Leather?
was-
They're
what was
definitely
in the-
space leather.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're space leather. There you go.
They're the equivalent of Mito. they're Mito
They're
brand.
not leather, but you wish they were.
And then you, on the other side, so you're on the left-hand side, on her right-hand side is, he's a sort of, a kind of a shorter, fairly sort of stout, stockier man. He looks like he's got sort of scale, like lizard-like scale patterns.
I'm really liking all these.
And a sort of, not the same sort of attire, but like a similar attire that definitely feels very reminiscent of Mara and the kind of like cyberpunky-ish fashion that people were wearing, like gratuitous strapping and buckles, neon lights for no reason, like a little bit odd for Spirates, but definitely unkempt, not quite as well kept. He is heavily armed, like he's got a rifle on him, but he is not holding it right now. It is on his back. And she just sort of looks, she has, from what you can tell, two shorter knives sheathed. And she sort of obviously gestures at them and just sort of is like, I assumed you would be armed.
Ziana is definitely armed. Visibly has her sword on her back.
I think Thea's also there, and she's just holding the rifle,
Okay.
almost as if she could throw it or shoot it. You never know.
It's good to see that we all have the same amount of confidence in each other.
This isn't my first time.
This way to the cargo bay.
Certainly. Thank you.
Yar.
Keep your mouth shut, boy.
She looks straight at Bisquick Hines, and bares her teeth, makes an aggressive sound, kind of hulks over him just a little bit intimidatingly, while Ziana is trying to not say anything, but trying to get a little meat.
Diana, please give me a mental saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, because telepaths.
Thea's probably gonna try the exact same thing. Right after
19.
this.
Total?
Yes.
As far as you can tell, there's no one in your head. Like, there is no sense of a pressure. There's nothing. It's sort of like water off a duck's back.
But can I feel any kind of link established with him?
No. Bisquick just looks back at you sort of impishly and says, Yar.
It's like you get a dial tone, essentially. Like, you're making a connection with the call, but it is, there is no response coming back on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Theo would have tried the same thing, and I got 24.
Should be more than enough. Yes. Did you roll a 20 on your saving throw?
18, but I add my save, right?
Okay. I was like, yeah, you're
Okay, good. Yeah, my saves are 666, you guys.
Oh, that's right.
Nice.
I'm
Save
like
of
that.
the beast.
Okay, anyway. So Thea's like, Thea just like falls in step and she's like, Meep Meep, what the fuck are you doing?
You get nothing back.
Leading the way to the cargo bay.
Thea gets like more and more agitated the longer this like nothing back silence goes on. But she doesn't say anything.
You all continue your way. You make your way down the corridor. Kiko, where are you? Rachel's in her spy's nest, or sniper's nest.
Yeah.
This is a really good question. Like, I wouldn't be directly in front with you guys. I'm also not really a hidey person. Like,
You should be.
You're
be.
not?
I mean, like, I feel like I'd be in the cargo hold, inconspicuously fixing something. Just there.
Okay. Inconspicuously.
Inconspicuously. Okay.
Just like you know that one Star Trek episode where there's just a random guy just like
Yeah.
doing rando things against the
Don't
wall.
liken yourself to the red shirt, girl.
I'm just like, this needs to be
You want to
turned.
survive, and you're wearing pink, which is kind of close to red.
Alright. And like, there's probably a duct for Kika to climb in.
Okay.
Okay. So, you make your way into the cargo bay. It's pretty cramped now because there's this pretty large escape pod in your cargo bay. When the captain arrives there, she is. She's actually at some point I realized I have never introduced myself. I know your name, Ziana. I am Niskara Vol'ire, a bounty's grace.
Okay.
You may call me Captain Vol'ire.
Well, Captain Vol'ire, as you can see, we have.
You're going to struggle to fit more than one of them in here.
As you can see, we have brought aboard the jettisoned pod. I do understand that you obviously have fixed your engines. However, you must realize the somewhat precarious position you seem to find yourself in.
If we destroy your ship, we destroy our cargo.
And I imagine that you can't quite take that sort of financial loss.
It would be less than preferable.
Whereas if we destroy your ship, not really out much of anything. And I do have a way of holding grudges.
Yep.
What's your stake in this?
My stake is that I am Ziana Brendrathi Taldroxisto. I have been insulted by your man.
Then kill him. I have no need of him anymore.
And I do not particularly enjoy indentured servitude.
Ah.
Doesn't exactly endear you to me.
Yar, Captain, what was that you said just now? You wouldn't want to get rid of your faithful old Bisquick Hines.
One of my guns is definitely pointing directly at Conrad,
The other one is at her.
the captain.
Yeah. She looks at you. You have been useful.
And
You have been annoying.
yar.
And you have been, and she leans in and she sort of lifts herself up on her tail. You have been dishonest.
Yar, I be as honest as the morning sun and the setting skies.
And she stares into you and just kind of leans in closer, probably a good foot taller than you. And you feel like a weight settling over you. And I would like you to give me a mental saving throw.
What's the rules for those if he's already like failed it at some point?
This is for a different thing.
Okay.
A lot of them are per scene or per
okay.
day, so this one is a specific. The telepathic communication, those one is basically as long as they keep the effort committed once you failed it. Otherwise, typically you can't retry until the end of a scene.
All right, Dan.
Well, this one's a 9.
No
I
wonder
don't-
you got captured. Damn.
That and running down the stairs.
The word, like the words Conrad, kind of thoughts of your old identity, sort of, you see them briefly for a moment and then they're gone. And you are not capable of thinking of who you used to be.
Wait, that's kind of important.
Oh, shit.
But we don't. Wait, what?
Why did you
I'm not
have to go
overly
and roll
concerned
that,
about
Dan?
that at the moment.
It is possible that something significant enough, like someone trying to attack you, or a particularly traumatic moment or a tense moment, can make those thoughts resurface again. But for this moment, your cognition on who Conrad was, the concept of Conrad, is suppressed. Or at least the idea that you are him.
Yar, Captain, I must say, I've been faithful to ye and to our entire mission all this time, and I take personal offense that ye would say such dishonest and disparaging things towards me.
The more he talks, the more I want to punch him.
I appreciate that, but I have a question for him. Who put the slaves in the pod? Bisquick.
Yar, I'm a
Don't
busy person.
lie
I
to
can't
me.
keep track of all my wheelings and dealings. Yar, I'd be to put some of them in there for safekeeping. Who wouldn't? I mean, it's a pod. They're slaves. It's like a peg in a hole. They go together.
Is there some relevance to this little squabble that you're having to our current matters?
I'm just interested as to his relationship with you.
Relationship with us. His relationship is that he has insulted an Andartan. We are a proud people, and I will not stand for his.
I find it hard to believe that you would
Idiocy.
be insulted by someone as lowly as him.
You'd be surprised what she gets insulted about.
My pride is great.
It's actually.
Clearly easily bruised.
Do you wish to test me?
I am simply curious if he is one of your lot.
Yar, Captain, I swear that I've never seen these scurvy dogs in my entire life.
And I
You know I would never lie about such things.
And I have never in my life employed a buffoon named Jeremiah Bisquick Hines.
Ye take these words back.
Very well. You were clearly displeased with our chosen line of work. But I don't think you could fit another 2 pods in here. So what's your plan?
I don't need the pods if they just walk off your ship.
I have no intention of letting 30 of them go. I would rather lose 10.
Or you could lose 30, and possibly a few crew members.
You're not offering me anything.
I'm offering you the ability to get out of this with your ship and your life. Can I do intimidate again?
Certainly try.
While you roll this,
I would like to
I
say,
was like, I would like to take a moment.
can I choose to help after the roll? Or do I have to declare it before the result?
Probably depends on how you want to help.
I would say that if it looks like the intimidation is failing, I could help by narrowly missing with a laser.
Don't know if that would help or not.
Let me start a fight. I mean,
I'm not
objecting. All right, well, I'm rolling.
I mean, that would help with intimidation.
Why? You're in the boo box now.
Yeah, where is the cage?
No, the cage doesn't need to be here.
No. Do you want the cage?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
so mean.
They
no.
have rolled a 3 for the last time.
How many rerolls did you just do?
She was just testing the dice.
I was
testing
testing the new one.
What did you get total?
5. Can I?
Do you want to shoot her?
Can I success with consequence?
Do you
Condition?
have any kind of
Yeah, you
like,
can, but I'm not sure you're gonna
reroll
like the
sort of
condition
thing?
that I'm gonna come up with.
Oh,
Can
If it looks like okay, so I'm gonna say like if it looks like the intimidation has failed, if you're not gonna like re-roll or anything, then yes, I would in Rachel's mind assist with the intimidation by firing a shot that's aimed to narrowly miss.
I would like to instead fail with a twist.
Wait.
I mean that's still failing though.
So if you think
Yeah, but
Rachel
I
would
think-
take the shot
I
anyway,
think you
take
might
the
be
shot.
my twist or my.
Yeah. I mean, these people are basically just like, yeah, no, and you're like, and they're like,
You sort of hussy up to her, but she's, because she was talking with Conrad, she like raised herself. She's taller than you. Now, like, she's a little bit precarious on the
She thinks
tail,
I'm
but she
flirting.
is definitely taller, and she's looked at your ship and she has found its defenses wanting.
yeah, okay. So,
Meet me.
is it D20?
Yeah, if you're taking an attack.
Yeah.
What? Meet me. Cover for me.
Oh God, no, not yet. Let her do it.
Okay, but I wanna. Do you think I could get into their ship? Do you think? Yeah. Yeah, good idea, right?
I got a 13.
Good. You succeed in not hitting her.
Yes, that was what I wanted to do.
The AC was more, if you rolled really bad, you might accidentally hit her. The shot goes wide. It basically glances like past Ziana's head, past Vol-Ayre's head, and just sort of lands like a small like spot in the back of the Batleth as it crosses most of the cargo bay. And it was audible, and you felt like that singe of heat as it went past both of you. And she was probably, you probably would have had her positioned so that you could take a shot from the back, probably, I imagine, or maybe to the side. So she sort of turns her head just enough and like looks up and is clearly looking for you, and reaches for her weapons.
Excellent. Are we in combat now?
And yes, and just without, you hear the word "kill them" in your head.
Wait.
Meep. Yes.
Roll initiative.
Gosh.
Is that a D8?
it's 1d8, right?
1d8. I'm gonna get over there, I think. I
Okay.
think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, good.
And
It's 1d8.
Thea would absolutely encourage you in going over there and be like, I'll let you know when they're headed back that way so you can get off in time.
Yeah, I got a 1, so it's
I
good.
got to roll twice, and I still just totally biffed it.
We're not rolling well today, maybe. We're not rolling well, baby. That was almost a song.
It was beautiful,
She just wants to
Claudia.
walk around. And I don't
You're
want her to
welcome.
walk around.
Part of your paper. Sorry.
You don't get to just wander around like a human.
Thank you.
You're a dog.
Do you want to know what I've got on my paper in regards to another one of our cast
it's
members?
Yes.
What? Thea.
Oh, you mean yes, it's great.
Oh, wait, plus
Do we add
Plus
things to
my,
initiative?
You add your dexterity.
Oh, not 7.
9. Sorry.
Conrad.
7.
What do you have?
Ziana.
2.
Oh, it's me.
We roll you twice?
One.
Yeah,
Wow,
I did
you
roll
rolled
twice.
twice and
The first-
did seriously.
The first
biff
one was
that.
a 1.
Oh, geez. All right, Thea, you are up first as they all draw their weapons and very clearly look like they're going in for the kill.
I think Thea is going to she's gonna wish really hard that she was hidden right now, so that she could get them from behind in her typical Thea way of not being up front of the fight. She's really regretting the fact that she did go up front in the fight, and because of that, I'm gonna use my new ability and ghost mantle it up.
There is a moment where Thea is sort of standing there and she wishes really hard that she could go invisible. It's basically one of those, like, your eyes just sort of slide over her. Like, you're looking and she just sort of seems to blend into the background. It's not like she's disappeared. If you really try and focus on her, she really is there. But if you're not focused on her specifically, she seems to no longer be there.
So, to be clear, Thea has the power of wishing.
I have the power to disappear.
I wish super hard for a new N65.
Do you guys know how much trouble I'm gonna get into?
Oh.
So much. So much. And I think that's your action because you have to activate it.
Yes. Yeah.
Conrad and Rachel, you were both acting at the same time.
There's no Conrad.
Go ahead. I fired a
Sorry,
different
this
shot.
quick.
Can I move in the same one real
Yes.
fast? Okay, so she would have tried to like move out of the way because she doesn't know she's invisible.
Just sort of backs up
Yeah,
and
she's
like
just-
presses into one of the walls.
So even before...
Give me a stealth
Oh.
with a +2
Okay.
for hiding.
Sorry, I thought about it afterwards.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember if I get to throw 3 dice for this one or not.
For stealth, did
don't
you
think
take
I do.
expert in stealth? I thought you did.
I actually.
I think you had stealth and program. And then sleight of hand.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. Haven't had my coffee today.
That was not a great roll.
Or that was a really bad roll.
I mean, you
6.
know what? I think you should just.
You are not as invisible as you want to be,
Yeah.
but you really think you are. Like, you kind of look at yourself, and there's sort of a moment where you think, oh, I can't, like, be seen.
Like,
You
but
can't see.
you can't. No, I'm certain if I don't move, you can't see
You're
me.
trapped. Conrad, you are looking directly at her.
Well, but even before I hear the voice in my head from the captain, the moment that other, was it a laser fire
Yeah.
that went by? I'm pulling out my rifle and I'm leveling it straight at Ziana. And I'm taking a shot.
No!
And I say, Yar, call me a buffoon, will ye? You'll be sleeping with the other fish at the bottom of the space ocean. And yes. And it's 15.
My AC. What was it? 15.
I think it's attacker wins. What's your damage?
So that's gonna be. Ooh, that's gonna be.
You're rolling good now, huh, Dan?
Yeah, I sure am. We don't add our attack bonus to,
Yeah, you do.
You do.
To
You
damage?
do.
to damage.
You
Oh,
do.
not to damage.
No, you don't add your
We just add our
the-
attribute. We
You
don't
add your
the-
attribute and the skill if you have the relevant foci for, which if you do,
Right.
you have gunslinger, so you add the skill.
Yeah. So.
But you don't add your combat attack bonus.
So then that's gonna be 14, 15.
What?
15?
I
Yeah.
like how you mumble it. 15 points of damage. You
I hope you.
What?
let.
That's a lot.
He has a
Yeah.
rifle. I think it's 1d12.
It is 1d12, and I rolled an 11.
But your HP is like at 80 something, right?
83. Now it's at 68.
Okay.
Almost.
That's a lot of damage. I want one of those guns.
You could have upgraded. You just never asked me.
I mean, we haven't been shopping. We haven't had a shopping scene.
That's true. We can have. There'll be time. You
Dan,
level
Major
the
Mouse.
rifle, and just as the words "kill them" are going through your head, you blast a shot at Ziana. Her cry, kind of like something in you shifts slightly, but you still, like, there's still a space. Rachel, at the same time, what are you doing?
The first person to draw a weapon against us is this guy, so he's gonna get shot at. I was aiming straight at him.
That is true. You were aiming at him. In fact, I'll give you an advantage because you had lined that shot up.
Yeah. All right. So advantage.
Well, it's been fun, guys. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah,
I got
it's
a
good.
20.
Yeah.
Why am I
Max
waving my
damage.
arm? That's not good.
Okay, so max damage
Yep.
is.
I just do that because it's.
But she didn't
terrifying.
upgrade her pistol.
I think it's just my shoot skill's 1, so it's 13 is max.
13 because it's 2d6 plus
2d6
shoot
plus-
skill plus your dex.
Oh, then 14.
14.
Great.
As
I
Conrad
am
does
not
that,
as tanky as
you feel it. Conrad, you were hit. As the bullet, like the energy shot, passes through you and kind of blisters up your skin, the pain races down into the part of your chest that had been attacked by the rays. The part that seems slightly different in tone.
the one that looks like the KFC logo.
The one that does somehow look like the KFC
Wait,
logo.
what?
Nothing.
What's the KFC logo? What's
It's
KFC?
the-
You
Isn't
mean
it
your
just
brother,
KFC?
Kenneth?
He had his own logo? Wow.
No, it
that's,
was like-
that's
it
some
was-
powerful branding.
As that happens,
I sure did.
your mind clears. And everything that you had suppressed, everything that you remember about Conrad, surfaces again. The Angulan pulls out her swords, and she is going to just go straight for a gut shot to Ziana.
Stop it.
Maybe she wants to. You said your AC was 15?
Yes.
She's gonna hit. But it's not as bad as Conrad's 4 damage.
4?
4. It rolled very poorly. She just goes in and stabs. The guy by her side, her supporter, is going to. I think they're.
I'm kind of the only one there.
You're the main target.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
She's been invisible, so.
go for you. Like, you backed up just enough that Conrad saw you, but the other guy was clearly focused on Ziana.
Unless, like, I've been shooting from, like, my hidey hole if he wants to try and go for me, but I probably have cover.
Yeah, he's actually probably gonna back up around the pod and take a shot at you, and then try and line himself up for the next
This is
turn.
why I didn't want them here on the cargo bay.
But he's gonna miss.
Yay!
He backs up, gets behind cover, like tries to take the shot at you, and then just sort of ends up. He's clearly trying to figure out where the gunfire is coming from. Ziana.
All right. It's my turn, and we end this. So, Ziana, takes the shot from one side, then there are knives on the other side. Mentally, she shouts out to frickin' you Kentucky Fried Jackass.
Where's Kentucky?
and says, Conrad, snap out of it, as she lunges with her alien for her arm at the Angulan. Okay. Let me remember how to attack things.
I believe
D20.
You add a lot to this because you are
Yeah.
a warrior.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And do I need to keep counting? I'm already
No,
at 21.
you have surpassed her
okay.
AC.
And then left arm is 1d12.
Gosh darn it.
God bless. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Sweet okay. 7 damage.
Did you add your strength?
Wait, that was my. Wait, so it's +4. Is the +4? I'm gonna say yes. That was it. I'll figure it out later if I had already factored in my various attribute bonuses.
You go in and with the 7 points of damage and sort of grunts as it slices into her. Okay. Kika.
Kika's gonna do what Kika does best.
Oh, really? What is that? Fix
We're all-
things?
Kind of.
We're all
Make
gonna
it
die.
part. So Kika's actually gonna like look and be like, no, and it's gonna start scuttling through the air vents. I assume there's a faster way than going through the hallways to get to the where there's the air, the in between two ships. There's a hallway. What is that called?
The airlock.
I'm gonna be running to the airlock, and as Kika's doing that, she's gonna be like, what model is this ship, Oksana?
It is a modified heavy frigate.
Great.
No, not a heavy frigate. Would it be a modified patrol boat?
Great. Can you give me the serial number as Kika's like running? I assume it's a basic scan. I'm gonna use my no to see what are the weak points in its. I want to know. Every ship's got a weak point in either its engine or its air supply, and I just want to kind of like think about that as I'm running my way to the airlock.
You trying to get on their ship?
Right now I'm just thinking about their ship and what their weakness is.
I mean, did they close the door behind them?
Roll a known intelligence.
Uh,
I
12.
assumed both doors have been closed.
12.
Like, I don't think. Did you leave your door open?
I mean, we didn't
probably.
unlock it. 12.
12. You're not as familiar with this, although you are a spirate, so you are somewhat familiar with this. Is a pretty typical spirate. Like, it has a reasonable amount of weaponry, but it has likely been modified to strip out some of the weaponry and protection in order to carry more cargo. This one, in terms of like direct weak points, a lot of that's going to be based on how the ship has been repaired, because over time a lot of these ships have been repaired and modified and changed. Like, even the Leviathan no longer resembles her original schematics. They're not really designed to have a weakness when they're initially built.
No, I get that, but I know that spirate ships often they don't really get great engineers, so they put a lot of energy towards their weapon systems when they really should be thinking about how is the air getting through my ship. That is what I am breaking down.
You would like to try and break their life support system on their ship. You
thinking
will
about
need
it.
to get to
Yes,
probably the engine room
Yes.
on their ship.
it's my plan.
Okay.
We have a raid.
Hello, thank you for the raid. Hi, Unmade Gaming. We are almost to the break, but we're not quite there. We are in the middle of combat of Leviathan Distant Stars, a Stars Without Number RPG, and that, in fact, brings us to the top of the initiative turn, as Kika is scampering her way through the Batlath, hoping to take down the entire life support system of the Spirate ship.
I just realized that you rolled your initiative lower than me.
Yeah, I got a 1.
Yep.
Oh.
She rolled real bad. Thea.
I was
So
thinking.
I'm invisible to everyone but Conrad. Is that right?
You think you're more
You are not
than you
invisible. Your ability gives you a bonus to stealthing, and you think that people haven't noticed you, but you're pretty sure Conrad has.
Okay.
Actually, you think that no one's noticed you, but Conrad definitely has.
Perfect. So Thea thinks nobody knows where she is. So, and she's pretty excited. She doesn't exactly understand why it's happening, but she's really excited that now if she doesn't focus on her fingers, they just completely disappear. And so like half of her brain is thinking about all of the things that she's going to be able to do with this and how she can make this happen again in the future, because she doesn't really understand how it happened in the now. And then the other half of her brain is going, okay, so I need to get behind them and just stab them and knock out Conrad so we can either get sense into him or space him or whatever we need to do.
Those are our options.
As we all know, Thea operates very well in gray space.
Welcome back.
I've missed it.
So she's going to go around behind, and her first goal is going to be to knock out Conrad so that, like, there's nothing, like, at least he's down. He doesn't get hit by Rachel anymore, hopefully. Who knows?
All right.
So that's what I want to do.
Unfortunately, Conrad is the one person who definitely knows you're there. So, Conrad, you see Thea just, like, awkwardly, like, crab shuffling behind you, I guess. You're just
Seems
sort of
normal.
watching all of this, whether it means anything to you. And roll your attack against his AC.
Perfect.
And this is going to be, it's an unarmed, so it'd be your punch skill. I don't know if you have any
I
punch.
do not have a punch.
We are definitely
So
enjoying
-2
friends
to
disabled.
whatever you roll. Plus, in this case, I'll take your dexterity.
Ah, thank you.
So that's going to be 12.
That does not hit his
Not even
AC.
close.
Thea comes around, kind of gets partially behind you, and just sort of tries to smack you in the back of the head with the butt of her rifle, and you just sort of like move to the side, Conrad.
Yar, be careful, wench. You could hurt someone.
Damn it! Speaking of, it is now Conrad and Rachel. Your turn.
No, you go ahead. We're going in the
Oh
same
well,
order.
actually, I want to get the lay of the land. So we're in the cargo bay.
Yep, there is, taking up probably the majority of the cargo bay, there is this escape pod. The other officer that came with you, he has kind of ducked behind the escape pod, getting cover from whoever is firing. He's not sure which is Rachel. There is essentially Ziana and the captain, the Angulin, like in the center, sort of in front of the escape pod, and you are probably just right next to them with Thea. And Kika's nowhere to be seen.
Is there a companion cube?
It's hanging from the ceiling.
I'm sorry, do you mean like a weighted companion cube?
Yes.
Like just a big square box
With a heart
Yeah.
in the middle.
with a heart on it?
That's a
Cargo? Or do you mean the copulation?
copulation cube. That's what it was.
Yeah, the
Oh.
room
Copulation
hanging
cube.
from the ceiling.
Yeah.
I'm perching on
Yes?
top
Are
of
you
that.
trying to hit someone with it? Because you can't pick that up.
I know.
It's-
But it's
Also,
dangling from the ceiling,
Oh
correct?
no, it is
No,
perfectly
it's bolted to
engineered.
the ceiling. What are you looking for? What's your goal?
I just want to know if it's connected to the ceiling with like some kind of chain or.
It is
bolted.
bolted to the
bolted.
ceiling. It's probably like I-beam equivalents.
I mean, it was intended for
It's not
some,
like
a lot
it's
of
not like
activity.
this
That's
swinging
what I want to
cage.
know.
No, we formatted that thing.
All right. Is there a salmon ladder?
I know.
Yes.
And you don't be insulted. It's okay.
Great.
That's against one of the walls where it has always been.
I don't know what
Uh,
the salmon ladder is.
Have you seen Archer?
Arrow.
Arrow, sorry, not Archer. Arrow. And it's these like rungs and a bar, and you basically like use your muscles.
Oh, it's
to
like a
raise
ladder,
your-
but it's on the ceiling part.
and you move it. It's like a workout thing.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like
yeah.
lifting
Yeah.
it up.
He co-opted
Right.
mine.
But you're in the air while you do it. So
It's
you're
like
Right.
pull up plus.
It
That's
was,
a lot. Okay.
It was Ziana's.
It was Ziana's.
It
Conrad
is
uses it a lot.
Ziana's.
Is
It's
it,
why his
though?
nickname is Salmon Bars.
Am I close enough to grab the bar?
To back up and grab the bar.
Yeah. I say, Yar, call me a buffoon, will ye? And I.
Technically, I don't think you need to make a fighting withdrawal. I think you're allowed to do that as
That's
an
right.
alternate action.
I have that as an alternate.
Yeah, because otherwise
action
you would need
with
to
my-
move away from Thea and she could get an AO, but he doesn't.
And I want to. I'm going to grab the bar, and I want to use it as a vault, basically to kick. But I'm going to miss and hit the captain instead of
Okay.
Ziana.
So who are you trying to pretend to hit,
Ziana.
and who are you actually aiming for?
Volire, is that?
Vol Ire, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You know you're not really using that object as a weapon, right? This is still just going to be a punch attack.
Oh, really?
You need to like hit someone with the object for it to count as an improvised weapon. Otherwise, it's just
It
an
seems
acrobatic.
pretty improvisational what I'm doing.
It's still
I-
just your.
So I gave him an improvised weapon, which basically allows him to deal more damage using random objects. I would say in this case you could roll it as an exert instead of a punch, but it's not gonna do. It's still gonna be your punch damage.
You know what? I'm pretty committed to doing this, so let's see how it plays out.
Yeah.
18, 19.
You will succeed in hitting Volire. Can you just give me a perform and dexterity to see how well
Sure.
you pass this off as you not aiming for her?
That could have gone better. Let's call that 6.
A 6 total. Do you want to succeed with a consequence, or would you?
Oh, I want to succeed with a consequence.
Great. So you managed to pass this off as you're bumbling, and your complete inability to be an effective spy rid. and you pole vault, you grab, like you back up from Thea, like he's wily, he moves out of your way. He grabs the salmon ladder bar, like oddly he knew it was there. And he vaults with it, like he jumps on it and he spins and he spin kicks, neatly ducking Ziana's head and aiming for the slightly taller Angulin, getting a solid kick to her face. And then he falls on his ass as the pole slips out from under him. And you take some damage as you land on the ground. You take 2 points of damage,
How much
and you
does
are
he-
now prone.
how much
do
does he
you do?
Pardon?
What's your punch damage?
I have to look that up.
And the Angulin watches this happen as you slip and land prone on the ground.
Tailbone damage is the worst. It's true. That's smarts.
It's
right there.
amazing how much you do with your tailbone.
Yeah.
I think it's 1d12.
You sit.
Not positive.
But she
And
believes it
play.
was through a complete lack of ability. It is probably not 1d12 for your punch damage unless you took unarmed combatant as well as
Well, is it my punch or my exert?
it's your punch.
Okay, if it's my punch, then it's probably 1d6. Or...
That was a really nice roll.
Yeah, I know. It'd be 5.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I land on my ass and I say, "Yar, whoopsie doodle."
And she just shakes her head. She's like, God, it's so hard to find good help these days. As Rachel, what do you do?
I think I was like still trained on Conrad, but when he like lands on his butt and is prone, I like reassessed him as the most important target and go for the captain.
Okay.
Reassessed.
You are
Found
no longer-
wanting.
The 19 you will hit.
Okay.
yes.
So that's 2d6.
Nice roll.
Thank you.
Plus your dex, plus your gunslinger, plus your shoot.
Okay, so that's 12.
12.
Yeah.
A solid shot as she's reeling from getting kicked in the head by Conrad's wayward foot. And she just sort of like says that it's hard to find good help and takes the shot and then just goes in for like another slash to Ziana. And misses horribly.
Aha! Probably because she was just shot.
Disoriented.
You have cover, but the other Spirit, seeing where the shots are coming from,
Yeah.
is going to try and hit you, but he's taking a penalty to it. And he's going to miss as his rifle shot goes wide and lands in the ceiling.
I like duck back a little bit, like just not even like move my lower body, but just like pull my head in like a turtle, and then go forward again.
Ziana.
Oh, God. All right.
Yar.
You are a problem. And it was real convincing that he just accidentally missed me.
Yep. So we believe that too.
Oh.
Yep. Real convincing too.
Oh boy.
All
So
right.
many consequences to your actions.
It's okay. I like consequences.
Okay.
Keep life interesting.
Oh God.
Ziana is going to, and he's at my feet.
He is prone, yeah.
He
at your
Ziana
feet.
is going to pick him up and throw him from battle to the wall, away from this.
Are
and
you
to the
taking
wall.
any particular care to not do damage to him?
If I knock him out, that would be a bonus.
Okay. All right. Then in this case,
I think.
you have,
Look,
you have proven yourself.
all
to
you
be-
had to do was be like, "Oh shit, I'm Conrad."
So you go
This is a
in to
consequence.
grab him. This
Yes.
is going to be a grapple, so we'll do opposed exert. And,
Okay.
Actually, you doing punch, you're going to roll exert. So punch and strength versus exert and strength to not get grappled.
You don't roll that for attack.
She said it's a skill check.
Oh.
It's a skill check. She's trying to grapple, and then the fling will happen if she succeeds in the grapple.
For specialist, do I get to reroll all of them, or is it just one of them? How does that-
Specialist, you roll 3 and take the 2 highest.
Take the 2 highest. That's not great.
No, you don't get to bank, which would be super powerful.
8.
9.
Conrad squirms a little bit, but you are already on the ground.
So much trouble.
Grabs him by the legs and just flings him. Please roll your punch. We're gonna see whether or not this does damage.
Like an attack.
Oh, no.
I don't like that look.
Oh, no.
I rolled a natural 20. I am trying not to kill him.
So I'm going to say,
Are you sure you're
because
trying
you're
that?
not like actively attacking him with your claw, this would be your. What's your other arms? What's your regular punch damage?
Regular arm is a 1d10 plus
Holy
4.
shit.
Yeah, you deal 14 points of damage
Holy shit.
as you pick him
Wow.
up and just you grab him by the legs and just swing and throw him against the wall. Conrad ragdolls like a video game character that
How
has
many
just
hit-
died.
What you got?
I'm close to half of. where
Oh,
I
okay. No,
was,
you're fine.
so-
I don't feel bad now.
Oh, good. I'm glad. That makes one of us.
And you slam against the wall.
Shot me.
And several, like a couple of bits of the salmon ladder just like fall down on top of you. Like, dum, 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 dum.
Oh.
And mentally, just.
Oh, yeah,
there's no
there's-
words. There's just yelling.
There's that sound too. All right, beautiful. Kika,
Okay, I have made it to the doors, right?
you have made it to the
Great.
door. Yes.
I'm unlocking my side because
Yep, that you can do.
yeah. Is that open on the other side?
No, they closed their door as well.
That's
funny
dumb.
how you closed your door, they closed theirs.
All right.
You don't generally leave doors to a tenuous connection in space, not closed.
All right. Kika like goes across like I assume it's like the little bit. There's a little bit of less gravity, so there's a little more like
Oh, yeah.
hopping over. Cause she's like, and she gets to the side. She's like, ah. And like licks her finger and then like runs it through her hair to keep it back, and then like pulls out her mono tool, clicks it until it's the flathead screwdriver, and goes and tries to like pop open the door so that she can start fixing her way in.
You were trying to like pop open like a lock or something.
Yeah,
like,
I
get a
just wanna-
panel off.
Yeah, I want to get a panel off
Yeah.
and start fixing it.
That part you can easily do.
Cool.
You can pop in, you kind of expose a panel, and there's just a massive wires underneath
all
that you can
red.
that you just go and unscrew a panel.
You gonna start chewing on him?
And what do you? And yeah, you're trying to get the door open.
Yeah, I'm just like, terminal, unlock.
Roll your fix and intelligence.
I hope they're not all red wires.
Every wire is a red wire.
To
if you
her,
want
every
it
wire is a
to
red
be
wire.
red. If you want hard enough.
Don't let colors deceive you. They're red at heart.
12.
You succeed. As you sort of go and you retool some of the wires, the door sort of slides open in front
Ooh,
of
one
you.
of those turny open ones?
Yeah, so it's
Great.
Like on
It
Deep Space
grinds,
Nine.
but not quite as badly as the Batleth.
I have a flip phone eventually. I assume, like, before it's even open all the way, I want Kiko to dart through and try to hide in a dark corner.
I will say you get to hide on your next turn.
Cool, I'm then there.
Okay. You're like in the doorway as the door opens.
I hope I'm small so they don't see
Yeah.
me from their desks.
Okay, so
Desks.
now I tried to like move
Pirate
behind
desks.
Conrad, so I assume.
The
That
wall
makes-
is now behind Conrad.
Well, yeah.
Well, that puts me, but he moved away,
was
but that
here,
puts
he
me
backed
behind
up,
the.
he came forward, and then he got back again. So it's Conrad, you, and Ziana and the Angulan. And you could slip behind the Angulan if you wanted to.
Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. I would
Okay.
like to try and slip behind her and
Give
use.
me a stealth check.
Okay. Oh, right, that's this one. Oh, that's lovely. 12, no, 14.
You sort of stutter slightly from view, and even the two of you who know that she's there, like for a moment, Thea, it just doesn't look like she's there. And you slip behind the Angulan. Roll your attack with advantage.
Advantage, that means roll again.
Okay, good. Oh, that's much better. Okay, and then I add my.
What are you attacking her with? I assume you were.
I had the rifle, so I'm
you
just gonna
shooting her?
shoot her in the back.
Okay.
Um,
So this would be your gun.
oh
your
wait,
shoot skill.
so I get point blank. I get a success since I'm sneaking and I have assassin now.
Yes, when you can shoot at point blank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, what are the exact you remember the exact phrasing? I think it was.
Is assassin an
You,
actual
yeah, you
skill?
don't. Yeah. I think you don't take.
You don't take the penalties from being at point blank range.
Yeah. Okay. So I think you're good. You hit her. So I think roll your normal damage, and I'll double check that it's. I think it's that you don't take the penalties.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, assassin. You can. Is it the execution attack?
No, it's the level 1.
Your point blank ranged attacks made from surprise cannot miss the target.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I got 7. 7 damage. You just like pop it in her back, and she reels, unexpected, with unexpected injuries.
I think Thea's gonna be a dumb ass and be like, yeah, that's right.
Now she knows you're there. And she just sort of turns around and is like, where the hell did you come from?
Back here.
Oh, Conrad and Rachel.
Did the second guy? Oh, he shot me. Great.
Yes. He tried to shoot you, but he missed.
I mean, that's probably what we do.
It is
You can't
exactly.
see
It is
me.
exactly.
Conrad.
But I'm on your shoulders.
So I see that Thea has now been exposed to the captain.
Yes.
So from where I am, sort of
She
sprawled.
really ruined that.
I'm-
She always does that.
I'm gonna pull out my thermal pistol and say, "Yar, I've got your back, Captain," and I'm gonna shoot the captain.
I've got your back. Shoots captain.
Roll it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's see. I add stuff to this. 2, 5, 10, 11.
That will miss. Do you want to take a consequence?
Wait.
I don't want to kill Thea. If that's what you're asking.
I never said what the consequence was going to be. You don't get to know what it is.
I know, that's the problem. I don't think I will.
Okay. Then I will give you the twist. The captain believes you had her back.
Oh.
As you shoot and the shot goes wide, and she once again, through gritted teeth, goes, "Good help. So hard to find."
Okay.
Rachel.
I don't feel like with the goon missing me so horribly, I don't feel like I would shoot at him. Ziana is still like in melee with the captain.
Mm-hmm.
And I trained Thea, and she's right there. So I think that I'm gonna shoot at Conrad because the captain thought that. Do I also think that he was aiming for one of us? Like,
I think for you guys, it's really unclear what he's doing because it looked pretty clear like he intended to hit Ziana and he missed. And in this time, it also looked like it was pretty clear he intended to hit Thea, probably. And so his actions to your end are reading like he is still aggressing.
okay, because
Also, we don't want to kill him.
there's
she
two
does.
of you
Rachel's
on.
like, I can keep him alive.
There's two of you on the captain, and like
There's
one
the third guy.
goon that missed me horribly, and then there's Conrad who's been aiming at you guys.
Yeah.
So I feel like Conrad is the smarter
Gotta put him
person
down.
to hit.
Yep. I can't argue with the logic because it's logical, Dan. It's fucking logical.
Dan knows what he's done.
did just pick him up.
I do love that slow turn of
17.
That ties my.
We know
Okay,
her
so
wins.
that's a hit.
It's,
Which one's this? I was using me.
Conrad has made a very clear choice to not make it clear that he's on your side in this moment.
9 damage.
9 damage.
just keep whittling away at him.
It's okay.
You could do something to help.
We have a med bay, I think. Do we have a
Do we? No, we don't. I
I'm
think
a
it got turned-
biopsionic.
Yeah, you can keep him alive. You guys have Lazarus patches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's not going to die unless we really wanted him to.
Yeah,
if he
but
keeps
also,
this
shit, I mean,
he's shooting
he's
on us.
getting
He's
close.
shooting at you guys, and I don't know him, so.
No, you're.
The,
Thea was in your shoes.
The Angulin, she is going to Oh, I think she still views you as the bigger threat.
Which is true.
And so yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Little-
Yeah, little 7 foot you. And she's gonna nat 20.
Oh.
Okay.
That's fine. It's not.
It's alright.
not
My
as
scaly
much.
hide can take it. It's alright.
11 damage.
Wait, what?
It's knives.
Oh.
2 knives.
It's alright.
Right.
Functionally
The
dead
damage is
again.
like 1. She's just wields.
It's alright.
It's 2-handed. And she goes in and just like slices in as she's saying, "Good help." The goon, he's going to still try and shoot at you from,
Yeah, he can try.
from his position. Oh, God. Die. You went 20 to a 3.
I'm gonna turtle again.
You're like,
I'm just like, dude, easy enough to avoid.
and Ziana.
Alright. Oh, God. Well, I can't throw you a second time. You're out of my range.
That's true.
Well, if
Yeah.
you're-
Second
He was
time.
giving thanks for small favors. That's-
Okay, so she is going to again swipe at the captain with her purple clawed arm. But as she does, she's going to growl, "You still have a chance to surrender and make it out of here alive."
Okay.
Really? No, auto success. Fuck that.
Yes.
Okay. As you do this, oh, you're gonna hate me because I'm gonna. Yes. As you do it, your hand goes in, and she just puts her hand up, and you slam into it a wall, and your attack stops.
What? Wait, what?
Slam into a
What?
wall, like
Wait, is it
a
a
physical
real wall
wall.
or like a mental wall?
So, does her hand just stop, or does it actually impact something?
It stops. Like it
just
feels
stops.
kind of like it slides through jelly, and then like stops.
What?
And you get it, and like it go get it back.
Okay.
Impact stump. It's a telekinetic ability that you can negate one attack.
Hey,
Well,
she gets to auto success. You don't get to auto stop.
I had to spend effort for it.
Yeah, no, that's how that works. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
It's fine,
no.
and I'm fine with that.
The
I'm fine
dragon,
with it.
okay, the dragon can use their lair action whenever they want,
Yeah.
and their legendary resistances. You can't say
It's okay.
no.
You
I'm
can
going
say
to.
no, but it
It's
doesn't do
It's fine.
anything.
It's fine.
And that will put it at Kika's turn.
Yay! Okay. The
door
doors
opens.
open to be like, where do they keep their like? And then now, like Kika's like going through what she's memorized about schematics of ships. I've flashed back to a scene where she was in engineer school and she had to like look at 3D models
went
that
to
are
school?
sound. Yeah, she did. Ish.
was it the School of Hard Knocks? The Engineer School of
It
Hard
was
Knocks?
definitely
Was
you.
it Spirit School?
It was definitely you steal 3D models from rich kids' School of Hard Knocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh, and then she like looks to the right, and then she wants to peel off so that there's a
Are you
vent.
trying to sneak?
I am trying to jump into a vent and scuttle my way in. There's a
Sneakily?
little bit of corgi butt that happens, but she's
Sneakily.
wearing yoga pants, so I don't know if that
Okay.
Say the word
sneak.
Yes, there you go.
Just-
Roll me your
Just
stealth.
say it.
Yes.
Oh, this is where the plan stops working.
Wait, there's a plan?
Yeah, I have survived. Can I use
So,
that?
so
Nope.
she wrote this. Claudia wrote this on her paper. I don't know if you saw earlier, and showed it to me. And I was like, I feel like you need to just be true to your character.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Which
yeah.
is just she wrote the plan
Yeah.
down.
This.
Did it
So
include
it's
the word
only
sneak?
it's only 4. It's okay. I have a better plan for if I get caught. 4.
Okay. Do you want to take a twist or a consequence?
Okay, so can you for those of us who are this is a new thing that we're doing this soon. So can you explain the difference between the two?
A twist would be you do not succeed in sneaking, but something else happens instead that either helps or hinders you. Kind of just whatever I want. And a consequence is something directly negative will happen to your
I
character.
mean, I definitely
So-
want a twist.
But it's
'cause-
success with a consequence.
Yeah,
and
so you
fail.
would be
Oh.
but there would be a consequence to being
Oh
sneaky.
yeah, I just want I want to get in the vents. You can't get me in the vents. I'm gonna be like the alien.
Alien! Okay, so you would like to succeed in being sneaky.
But get in
But
the
with a
vents, but with a
consequence.
consequence.
Okay. I like putting the consequences over here in the consequence box where I get to decide what's happening to them as we go along.
The twist one scares me.
Look how excited she gets about this.
I know, right?
You find, like, you go into the door and there's just immediately across the hallway, there is a vent. And you dive. Like, you don't check what is in there, you dive
Does anybody else have
head
a weird
first
sense of deja vu?
into this vent.
Oh, what's in it?
Is it a garbage
Hopefully.
compactor?
At
the
first, it
incinerator?
appears to be a small tube, and it falls slightly because you were clearly on the second story. Would you like to catch yourself before you fall, or would you like to just fall?
Just fall.
I mean, that's where engines are.
Don't damn this
So
up.
I'm gonna like, I'm gonna like
You
pull
don't-
in tight and then open up at the end.
Okay. As you drop down this tube and you sort of like pull in tight, and then Kika opens up, and there is very clearly the like the engine core, and you are going
Yay.
to land on top of it.
Oh no! I found the engine, guys.
Do you meet me?
Give me a
Is this too hot? Is this?
it's
gonna be hot.
it's getting toasty as you fall. Give me a it's not the physical.
Is
it's
this an
the,
exert?
It's the saving throw.
Evasion?
Evasion
Oh.
saving throw. Thank
Oh,
you.
good. Oh boy, humdinger.
The more nonsense words come out of your mouth, the more frightened I get.
Wait, is this a this is definitely a 6. 9 total. Oh no, 12 total.
Yeah. Yeah. Kika, you see as you sort of slide down this air vent, and what would be the other part of the vent, like, collapses under the weight of Kika as you tuck in and don't slow yourself down in this vent. You burst out, it lands and like splatters on top of the engine core. It's basically like you imagine almost like the sort of steam engine concept. It's large and it is metallic and it is hot when you get directly on it, and you do not manage to steer yourself out of the way, and you just slam onto the
that's
engine
gonna hurt.
vent and slide down the side and take 7 points of damage.
That's it.
Oh,
I take that.
you're a wee baby. You're a wee babby.
I am the oldest in the group.
That is not accurate.
You're a
Yes, it
wee
is.
babe.
Well,
I mean, for your culture.
for my culture, I'm past the point of birthing. I'm
Age does
And you
not.
land on the ground next to the engine with a small and slight thud. And we'll see whether or not anyone spots you next turn.
so tiny.
Thea.
Okay, so I'm still back there. She's turned her attention forward. Can I step to the side to like re-engage sneak and then stab or shoot her from the side? Like if I step to the side, can I make myself
You will need to
invisible
take
again?
an action to make yourself invisible again. You will not be able to do it and also attack.
You are
this
not a
turn.
D&D thief.
Yeah, you don't get a bonus action to sneak. You need to take a full action,
action.
to re-conceal yourself, re-hide from someone's attention.
I don't think Thea's gonna do that though. I think she's just gonna like chamber in the next shot and
Go for it.
yeah.
All right, roll your
you
attack.
turned away from me, so that's why would I stop? Oh man.
Counter.
8 plus 9.
That will not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Your shot will go wide, unless you want a consequence.
I'll take a consequence.
Yeah, welcome to
You
the
hit
club.
her. Your gun jams up.
Okay.
You will need to, like, as you go for it, it just locks up, and you will need to spend at least one action to get it back into working order.
Okay.
As it, like, I don't know if you've ever played Mass Effect or any game where they use, like, heat as you're over, and it overheats, and it's like beep, 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 and it's just beeping. Like,
whole
you
time.
also will not be able to sneak until you take care of it.
Oh.
Because like beep 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 beep.
Should have fired from water.
I know.
Yeah.
You overheated.
Oh, it's okay. I know how to throw it.
It is overheating.
Wait, I don't
What's
know
your
why I
damage?
rolled that. I rolled the wrong thing. Hang on a second. No, that was the right.
This is Conrad's rifle, isn't it?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
it my rifle?
Yeah.
You dropped it
picked
on
it
the
up.
stairs.
And she did not let it go.
Oh.
No, don't all that.
I
5.
want it on.
5 damage. Okay. I actually meant to pause at the beginning of this combat turn, so we will pause now
No.
and take our break
I have a
before we
plan.
come back. You do. You have a plan.
We've all got plans.
But before we go for our break, this is later than I planned, we are going to read our donations that came through in the first half. Thank you, everybody, so far for joining us. Thank you, raiders that came in. Thank you, new people. You can.
I did it.
Can we? Yes.
That's to
you
get the
can.
youngins in.
Should we is the real question.
We're going to take a short, late break and then return.
Return! Do 523. Okay. Our first donation that came through is from William_TW with $26.74. Last episode was a riot. Thank you much all. Thank you so much all. Can't wait for the consequence.
We had so many.
We're working on those.
Oh.
We got like a pile of them that
Yeah.
we're sifting through.
And she just keeps finding more.
Just hoarding them away like squirrels.
Demolition one with $5 for Dan's epic costume. Mythalian with $10. Yar har, you're a good pirate,
Yar.
best boy.
You look like a 90s comic book character.
He does.
You look like you were designed by Rob Layfield. All
Thank
that's
you.
Missing.
I think,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think I look like a pirate.
Wait until I tell you what Danger Mouse thinks he looks like.
Oh, good. William TW with $5. Also, it's the uniform from Mara, right? Awesome. It is the uniform from Mara. It was what was I had to
The
describe.
Pleasure Planet.
The Pleasure Planet.
Yeah.
Now you know
Enjoy
where all
your
of the
pleasure.
people on the Pleasure Planet come from. Where do you think they're taking these people to?
Oh no!
Monty Cook Games with $10. Keep up the great work, Star Kiddos. Thank you, Monty.
Thank you. Sad.
Pumpkin one with $85.71. Better donate before TOS catches up to the new outfit. We made sure Dan's nipples were covered. I want you to know some care and attention was put into that. O-Town with $5. Dear Lizzie the Bold, even though you think Backstreet Boys is a better boy band than our band, we wanted to support you and your friends. We hope that this donation will sway you to join our side. Love O-Town and not Grinny less than 3.
Grinny, I mean, I can't even name an O-Town song. Like,
Uptown. No, that's Uptown. Oh, Town. Pump you up.
that is not that is not even a boy band. That's not even the right decade. That's fine. It's fine. Granny, our love can survive this. It's okay.
William TW with $5. Talk Like a Pirate Day is back.
Yar.
Awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little sad. I forgot that I was gonna do a more spirity voice for the captain. It was gonna be like, Captain's on deck!
Oh, that would have made me so happy.
And then I forgot, and she sounded just mad all the time.
Oh, what?
Well,
That's
she was dealing with Conrad.
William
That's Lauren
TW,
coming through.
$5. It's been awesome again. Sadly, it's time for me to get ready to leave. Please don't die, people. Well, the spirits can die if necessary. Thank you, William.
We're working
Is there
on that.
one more? I will refresh. Oh, spirits. The next one is from the rest of Dan's costume with $5.55. I'm watching from home and enjoying the show. Come home, though I miss you. Hashtag winky face. Hashtag less than 3. I think you're suggesting Dan doesn't have pants on.
Wait, I'm confused. Can you what?
The rest of Dan's costume. Am watching from home and enjoying the show. Come home soon, though I miss you.
And then there was a winky face.
And then there was a winky face.
Winky face.
Thank
makes
you
it.
so
That's
much,
cryptic, but
everybody,
I'll take
for
it.
all of the donations. We will be back shortly. Go stretch, go drink some water, go
Lay on
do
the
all of those
floor.
things, lay on the floor, take care of yourself, and we will be right back.